Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Ed Zoller, Villa Realty Group, Teachers Come By Homes with your Funday Monday winter results. Thank you everyone for playing along. This first Monday of the month was actually on the 1st, so this video is coming out 1 week later. Thank you all for answering. But before we get to the winner and the answer to the question, I wanted to address another thing that happened to my house. It seems like every month there's a new tip, and I'm the living example. My house is 17 years old. And you're going to notice as your house gets older, things start happening. You're going to start replacing things as they do. If you remember a few months, 6 months ago, it was a hot water heater. Last month, it was a dryer and a clogged dryer vent. And so as I encounter these things, I wanted to let you know that this might be things that you do. Now, I'm going to start doing some video series this year. It's my goal that I had for this year is to start making it. And I'm thinking I'm going to start off with my once a year maintenance video, which I'm going to put out. It's going to be actually video of me going around my house like I do every single year, just maintaining it, sealing cracks. Usually it's me with a caulk gun, new sprinkler heads. Check out the sprinkler systems. Just when you own a home, you got some responsibilities to the home to just baby it. If you do, things will last a long, long time. But eventually, Father Time will age things, like for this month, a toilet. So I wanted to let you know what happened. My wife was telling me that the water bill is a little bit higher than normal. My spare bathroom toilet, as I was going through, and I didn't notice it last time I did this, but the water was going over the overflow tube ever so slightly. So if you open up the toilet bowl and actually stared at the water, it was rippling just ever so slightly, and that's a small little leak. It's a valve that gets faulty over time, calcium deposits, or it's just made of plastic and it just deteriorates. So I want to show you what that looks like. So when you go into your bathroom toilet tank, that is the overflow tube. And as you can see here, it's like you got the x-ray vision here. The handle, the fill valve, and what happens is this valve goes up. As the water floats it shuts off the ability for water to go into the tank, and your toilet bowl stops. Just about 7 months ago, my flappers were deteriorated, so water was kind of leaking into the toilet from that ever so slightly. So that's easy. You can almost do that yourself. You don't even have to be that handy to change a little rubber flapper. But in this instance, even though it was all the way up and I made adjustments that it would stop running, it was still putting water into the tank, and that water was ever so going into the overflow tube, and it was going down into the bowl, making that water just reverberate or a little bit. So what I want everyone to do today is I want you to go to each of your toilets, if you have 2 bathrooms, 3 bathrooms, 4 bathrooms, and stare at the water. Just stare at it. It might even be ever so slight a noise. It may not make a dripping sound. It definitely won't make a dripping sound. It'll just be this little bit of rippling, like there's a little bit of activity or a little bit of wind hitting the water. You might have one of these problems. Now, this kind of fix to replace that broken fill valve, that is something that I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go to Lowe's, get a new one, because you do have to take the tank apart. You can end up doing damage. There's 2 things I don't mess with in my house: electricity and plumbing, because you can damage your house that way. So I'm going to give you, I called up Sal at Pine Island Plumbing. If you're on the west side of the Caloosahatchee River, such as Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, Pine Island, Matlacha, he does service that area. Unfortunately, if you're on the other side, I would recommend having a local plumber do that. He was very, very fair. While he was there, he replaced some valves. He's one of those plumbers that charges you a flat rate, and then you can, while they're there, have them do whatever else you want to do as well. So he replaced some shutoff valves that were just not looking that great, getting a little green. They weren't bad, but the valves were only $3. And then as I was going through, hey, take a look at this toilet. So very, very fair company. So I would highly recommend them. I'm going to put them a link, or I'm going to put their phone number in this email as well. So that is that. Since this is kind of a short video, I want to start shot of the market, and I want you to see this. This is what's called a market watch. This is taking Collier, Charlotte, and Lee and saying, hey, in the last 7 days, what's happened? You notice the top number, 709 new listings compared to only 489 solds. That's a lot different than it was 4 or 5 months ago in April and May, when this number was bigger than this number. You can see the back on the markets are way up, so these are also, consider those new listings because they were pending and now they're back on. So you kind of add these two together. And then the solds, you kind of have to put together with the terminated, means they just dropped off the market. Price increases, price decreases. There was 1.45 months ago, this number was lower than the price increases. And of course, people who just changed their mind, and then the overall pendings. What some people look at is new on, pendings off. The solds happened in the past. So tell you, that tells you that it's not the seller's market like it was 3-4 months ago. That things are sitting a little bit longer. Houses go on the market, they don't come off as fast. There was a time I was selling houses in hours, if not days, days if not hours, and the market's just changed. It's changed a little bit with the interest rate increase. So now prices are starting to fall. It started with the builders, and it's going to probably trickle down to the investors. When a new home goes down in price $30,000, $40,000, the used product also goes down that much as well. So the market is in a little bit of a flux. Right now, my market update is still on the teacherscanbuyhomes.com website. Big yellow button that says April, and then May's update. Normally, I don't give updates every single month. I do it every quarter, but the reason I did April and May back to back is April, I was kind of saying this market seems weird to me. This might happen sometime this year, and very well the very next month after I put that out, it happened. So if you have any questions, concerns, if you own a home and want to know what current value is, I'm also going to put a link in this email to find out your home's evaluation. Or since you're all my clients, just give me a call and I can do it within 2-3 minutes while you got me on the phone. Anyway, let's get to the winter results. No, what I end up doing is I end up re-rolling randomly. I add up everyone who answered correctly or incorrectly, and we come up with some random numbers. I then go into my email and I put the names of the people who are in there, which this month is Farrah Khan, Mike Sexton, Nick Ferrazzo, and Laura Gibson. Okay, so then, because they're on a Plinko board with 8 slots, to be fair, I roll an 8-sided die. So this is a little website I found which rolls dice. 8-sided die, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit go, and that's going to be a random number. Oh, it's an 8 again, so that's going to be in the final slot. And what we're going to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, it's taking a long time. And Nick Ferrazzo, look at that. You are going to be winning a $25 gift card Amazon. So guys, when you answer the question correctly or incorrectly, I put you in the running. If there's 50 people, I roll a 50-sided die on the computer, come up with 4 random generated names, put them on the Plinko board, just to make it fair so everyone's got a spot. Just because you answer it right or wrong, just means that you're in the running. Thank you all for playing along with this. It's something I really enjoy doing. Also kind of staying in touch with you. I'm going to put out some extra emails as I get the videos going. I'm going to do my annual maintenance probably sometime in November, December when it's a little colder outside, and try to shoot a little clipped video of me going around my house, which is what should save you a ton of money. You know, my AC 17 years old, still runs like a champ, you know, but every now and then you do have to fix some things around the house. Toilet bowls was this month. If you saw my video last month, you can always go on my YouTube channel and see my videos there as well. And you can always just pay attention to the first part of it. And that's where I usually talk about what's happened to me in real estate or something general. But right now, my house is starting to show its age. And every month there's something new. It's okay, couple hundred. Kind of reminds me of my used cars when I start trading them in. So maybe I'm in the running for selling my home soon. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for playing along. And look forward to seeing you guys, hearing from you guys again. Any questions, concerns, you can always give me a call, 239-980-2792. Hopefully my number is embedded into your phone and your favorite list. But give me a call anytime. Thanks. Bye-bye.